Hi guys, this is Vanngo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I invite my beautiful friend Joanne Sulit. She lent me her gorgeous canvas to create this makeup look for you. She's a mother of two, doesn't have a lot of time like most of you. I know you always complain about me have model and spend time on makeup. Today we do a 10-minute makeup look for you. Of course on the video it will take longer because I talk and apply at the same time. But if you learn all the application that I show in the video, it will take you literally 5 minutes to apply the makeup. I hope you enjoy the video. Give the channel always a lot of love. Subscribe to the channel please if you haven't yet. And don't forget to follow all of us on social media as well. Thank you. To start every makeup, I always prep the skincare first. For all the skincare product I use today, I'm going to use from the outset because Joanne's skin concern is she has sensitive skin. She also have acne prone. She have a breakdown here and there just like my skin and have a little melasma. And she doesn't have enough time in the day. She have 2 kids. So today I'm gonna do more a simple skincare routine. Of course, many steps like I normally do, but just simple skincare and just a very simple 10-minute makeup today. The first product I'm going to use is from the outset Botanical Barrier Rescue Balm. This is a beautiful rich treatment balm that you can use anywhere. I can use this for lips, you can use this for highlight on the face or anywhere that have the dry area that you want to hydrate. And it does contain botanical oil and ceramide to protect the skin barrier. And as I mentioned, this is perfect for sensitive skin. And all the product I'm using today is vegan, gluten, and cruelty-free. The next product is also from the outset is Smoothing Vitamin C Eye Expression Light Cream. And as I mentioned earlier, Joanne have a little bit melasma, so all the product I'm using today for sensitive skin, but also for people who have pigmentation, and it helps to brighten up the skin as well. And even the eye cream, it does have vitamin C, and it's very lightweight. It does contain vitamin concentrate and prebiotics, and it's fragrance free. This is fantastic eye cream to prep under makeup as well, because you know a lot of time eye cream and moisturizer, there's some great one out there, but it's peeling when you apply foundation. So this moisturizer I'm going to use next is also great for under makeup as well. The next product is Firming Vegan Collagen Prep Serum. This is one of my newer favorite. This one has vegan collagen, Mexican Nica flower extracts. It's vegan and cruelty-free, free of fragrance and silicone including. And the best way to apply the serum is just really to press into the skin, and this way it penetrates a lot nicer to the skin. And don't forget the neck as well. The next product is the Nourishing Squalane Daily Moisturizer. This one is really great under makeup as well. This one has vegan squalane, hyaluronic acid, and you can use it alone, of course, for day or evening. And it is hypoallergenic, also vegan and cruelty-free. And like I mentioned, don't forget your neck as well. I'm going to use the oil as well because I'm going to use the depuffing tool. Joanne, you know, she mentioned to me she would love me to depuff a little bit for today, and this would be a great oil. Also from the outset, is ultra light moisture boosting oil. This is a great oil for evening if you want to lock in all your moisturizer, all your skincare product. I would recommend use this as a last step to lock in all your product, or even for day as well, or for anyone who live in cold weather that you want extra hydration. This would be a great one for you. It has Abyssinian, acai, and avocado oil. This one is suitable for sensitive skin, and I mean, you can use anywhere, not just on the face. You can use on your hair as well. You can use on cuticle, dry hair strand. I mean, you can use anywhere. So this is a very lightweight oil. I put quite a bit on just because it is gonna give me a nice slip for the puffing and for, you know, any kind of tool that you want to use. And the best way to use this one here, you can use your hand, but if you want to use this, that would be a great one. You can have just really depuff the skin. And if you want to depuff and calm your skin, or if your skin feels a little irritated, the best way I recommend to use the oil and then use this to really working on the skin. It's going to help to firm and tighten the pores in the skin. And I would recommend when you use these, just really go lift in motion. And when it comes to the neck, I know people doesn't do, they always say no pulling, but this is great for lymphatic as well. So you have to go this motion down. But the best way to do it like that. Just lift everything. So you can see that how nice and light the oil is. It just absorbs really beautiful to the skin. The last step of the skincare that I'm going to use is sunscreen. This one is Hydra Sheer 100% mineral sunscreen SPF 30. Sunscreen is the must for everyone, especially anyone who have melasma, pigmentation. You even need to use sunscreen, a must every day. People always put a little not enough, so I think this one would be a great one because they worried about the white cast. This one have zero white cast, and it's a great one for you to use. And it's very hydrating sunscreen because it does have snow mushroom and botanicals for the hydration. And you see that it's very sheer finish, fragrance free, and it's suitable for all skin type, even for sensitive and acne prone skin. Also vegan and cruelty free as well. For Joanne, I put a lot on just because she had melasma, so I really load on the sunscreen here. So it takes a minute to blend it out when you put a lot on, but you should use a lot of sunscreen. As I mentioned earlier, that I'm going to do a 10-minute makeup, but because I'm going to explain step by step, so it's still gonna take longer 10 minutes. But when you do it at home, you can use your finger, you don't have to use your brush. Anyway, the easy for you to simplify the time of the makeup, you can do that. The complexion product I'm going to use is, the first one is from Sweet Beauty Glass Skin Foundation. This is a more sheer, like a tint foundation, which is beautiful. And the second product I'm going to use is Chanel Beauty Longwear Concealer. And all the shade name and all the product we list on the description box as well if you can't catch what I'm saying. If you're the type of person who doesn't like foundation, you can skip the foundation, use a little concealer, or if you want to use just a foundation, no concealer, you can as well. So whatever easy for you. I'm going to include all the steps and then you can use your own judgment to cut out whatever you want. Joanne mentioned she doesn't have a lot of time. She just want, show her a few steps. And then I'm going to do this, and then she watched the video later. She cut out whatever she wants to. For the Glass Skin Foundation, you see that I just put only a little bit. And I just blend it out. You can use your finger. You don't have to use too much. You can use your finger as well. And you just blend it out. This is a quick, easy step. It's very lightweight. This one is a hybrid of skincare and foundation, and it does have a natural finish, oil and paraben free, and it's vegan as well. You see that, just a really quick way to apply with the products. And for this foundation, you can get more coverage if you like to, but we like to keep very natural and sheer. And you see that that's all I use, and that's I blend out with the brush, and it's just pretty easy. You can use your finger as well. I love the finishing of this foundation. For the concealer, I'm going to use mainly under the eye area and around the nose, and then just make a few pinpoint, but the rest of the face I like. A little bit of the pigmentation peek through, I like it because it looks more like her freckles, which I think is beautiful. So put a little bit under the eye, around the nose. And then look straight for me. I use a smaller blending brush like this. At home, I would recommend just use a Q-tip, and then you can do the same thing what I'm doing, so you don't have to dirty your brushes. You just pinpoint the area that you want to cover more. I'm going to use Rare Beauty Tinted Press Finishing Powder. This one to set the makeup a little bit. When you want more a lighter finish like this, would use a brush. But this is very lightweight pressed powder, so you can use a puff if you like to. But I still want the shine in here, so I don't want to overly matte the skin. This powder helps to blur, smooth, and set the makeup at the same time. And it's talc-free formula. The great thing about this is it gives you that soft matte finish, not overly matte that you take away all the natural shine on the face. You can also wear this alone without any makeup, or you can do what I'm doing right now, to set makeup and no flashback. If you know me, you know for sure I love a good bronzer, and I think bronzer and blush give a lot of life to the face. It brings back a lot of dimension after you use foundation, concealer, and that sun-kissed natural glow is always beautiful on the face. But you don't have to use bronzer for this look if you don't want to. Always use just a little bit. The one I use today is from Gucci. It's a Soleil Powder Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. I use just a little bit, and you see that only you need a little bit only, and just give a lot of life to the face. And doing this way. And this bronzer is natural finish, and it does give you the beautiful coverage and long wear formula. just very, very little. I use the shades a little deeper because I like the dimension it's gonna create. It's like a soft contour that I'm trying to do with the bronzer. For eyebrow, I'm going to use Kevin Nugon Beauty True Feather Brown Marker and Gel Duo. This is one side is have a marker and one side is a brown gel. This would be a great one for someone who just want to enhance the eyebrow a little bit. So if you're not great with a brown marker, then you just use your traditional eyebrow pencil. Joanne eyebrow is quite beautiful shape, so she doesn't need anything at all really. You just, you know, a little bit brown gel into gold. So, but I just want to, you know, enhance them a little bit. So I basically use a little bit of the marker, just fill in the little bit, just a few individual hair where I think that I want to enhance the eyebrow a little bit. I'm not going to change it too much because she have a great shape already. Maybe a little bit here. And this way, the eyebrows still look very natural. And I think if you do by this way, it will take you a little longer time. So if you the type person, like I said, 10-minute makeup, maybe you use a brow pencil or powder. But this one here, if you want more a softer or natural eyebrow look. So basically it's just something like that. You know, I just do real time here, as you can see that. You can see just take a few seconds. Okay, I'm going to do the same on the other side. So this takes a little more meticulous time, so you don't have to do the same way I do, but you see that it's just a game changer for the eyebrow shape. If you don't have time, just use the pencil or you just use the gel just to gel the eyebrow. You don't have to go detail. But I know there are a lot of people who watch in the video, they will spend more than 10 minutes on the makeup. You can spend more time, then you can do what I've just showed you. And a little gel in the eyebrow, make a big difference. For eyes, I'm going to use only two products. The first product is the NARS Cosmetic Total Seduction Eyeshadow Stick. This is one of the new shades they have, it's called Rebellion. Like I say, all the names we listed on the description box. And the mascara is from Lancome. It's Lash Idol Volumizing and Lifting Mascara. So the eyes, I'm trying to make it really simple. Most people won't have the time to do it. You can do heavy, you can do light just from one eyeshadow stick. The best way I would recommend you to do is, if you're not fast at blending, use a brush. This is meant to be quick and you put in there, use your finger, you rub. I still like to use a brush. So I give you example. I'm gonna give her a soft smoky just from one product. So you see what I'm doing right now is I use a little brush and I dab a little product and I just swoosh over. And that's what you done the lower lash line, okay? So remember that if you put the product directly on the skin, if it's set really fast, you might not even have time to blend them. Okay, so it's better to do this way, you have more control. The whole idea, I'm trying to define that shape of the eye. And do the same way on the lash line. And I put a little bit like that. That's all, just one color. And if you want a lot more depth, then you can apply directly in there. And you just blend it out. But this way, I recommend do one eye at a time because these are long web choppy pencil, and if you too slow, they set, you can't really blend. So it's better to do one eye first. And what I'm going to recommend right here for this is you can do just like that. Simple like that is fine. But for someone who have hooded eye like Joanne, I would go a little further. Because you know, hooded eye, when you look up, you kept losing the shadow. So that's why I'm going to do it like this. I do a little higher, and I also put a little color here. I do a little bit on the crease like that, so it's create a little depth when she look up. Simple. Like I said, you can put directly on the skin and you blend, but I feel that it takes you longer to blend. If you do the way I'm doing, it's a lot faster, a lot easier to blend. And just one blending brush like this. And that's all you do, just from one shadow color. And I do everything in real time here so you can see it. You see that? Now you have like a soft smoky on the eyelid. So what I'm gonna do is kind of finesse the shape a little bit. So keep her eye look straight for me. And I just fill in a little bit where, see a little gap there. And just a little more depth here. So I do this part. This is only for people who have hooded eye. If you have deep set eye, you just have a little swatch earlier. That's all you need to do. But this one here, for people who have hooded eye, to make them a little, you know, bigger when they open the eye. And a little bit right here. Just detailing the thing. I'm doing the same on the other side. So you see, I just do a little bit like that, and that's, you have that soft smoky eye. If you want a little more intense, you can use like this in the waterline, and it gives a little more, even more depth. And you see that it's just really one eyeshadow, and nice, create just the whole eye look just from one. So sometimes, like I say, it's not about like, you know, like you have to use like multiple products to create an eye shadow look. You don't have to. This is, I use everything. It's just one, you know. Like I say, you can use direct on the skin. You're trying to blend, but if you want more softer like this, I feel like it's better use the brush, because when you put direct on the eye, you're gonna get more depth for sure, but then it can be harder for you to blend. So it's the easiest to use with a brush. Joanne have a little bit of the lash extension herself already, so I'm using the mascara mainly on the lower lashes. And I'm not gonna put too much on the upper. As I mentioned on my previous video already, when you create more a glow within sun-kissed blush or lips, the best way to use a bright color. A lot of time people mistake and they want to use more neutral shades, and you understand, especially someone who have more olive skin, if you use neutral shades on the skin like this, sometimes it will look more muddy. So the next product I'm going to use is Nude Stick, Nudie Blush Stick. The shade I'm using is called Picante, and this is the collaboration shades from a Canadian beauty YouTuber, Alana Davidson. And this one, the shade here, I think it's just really gorgeous. And I know a lot of people, when they look at the shade, they say, oh my God, I can't really wear this one here because it's too bright. But someone who have even pale skin or anything, the shade like this, that's when it gives you the most natural flush. If you think that you want a natural looking and you just like a muted shade, it will look muddy, trust me. So this one here, you can use, it's a creamy matte blush stick, and you can use it like for anywhere on the lips and cheek and eye. For this one, I'm only gonna be on the cheek. And you see that I use a little bit like this, and you just dab it on, and it gives her a beautiful glow within blush. See that, it's very nice. But like, if I use like a muted color, it looks like a muddy on the skin. So it's better to use this one here. A great thing about this is you see one side is a blush, the brush here, and one side the blush. I'm gonna use my finger because I know that's most we're gonna use. So you see that a little bit, and this would be great for lips as well. But I'm gonna use some lip oil for the lips. See, this is great color. It's very gorgeous. You see, I just tap on. And I love this formulation. You can use anywhere on the face. You can use a little bit on the eye to get a color too, if you would like. You see? It's gorgeous. I just mentioned off camera, and Joanne says great to mention to you guys as well on camera. Like for anyone who have melasma or pigmentation, it's also another reason why you should not use those muted color, because it will look a little gray for sure. You know, this one here, it will help the melasma look more like freckles, which is great. So that's why this shade, the bright shade, is actually, you know, you understand about color corrector and work with those kind of pigmentation. This is kind of an idea. It just makes that a little bit less visible in the way, very softer. The next product I'm going to use is Victoria Beckham Beauty Reflect Highlighter Stick. This one here, I'm just use a little bit. You don't have to. Just keep a little bit more, you know, like a sheer luminous highlight a little bit everywhere. And this one here had a dewy finish, and this one is easy to use. You just use the finger and dab, 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 dab. It's very lightweight. What I would recommend is the highlighter. Little dab there, little dab there, little dab here. Just a little bit like that. It's keep a little life back, because the shadow is more a matte finish, so you want some life in there. You can use the highlighter stick, the same thing what I'm just do. For lips, I'm going to use two products from Dior Beauty. The first one is the lip liner pencil. The shade is A46 Concord. Like I say, if I say it's wrong, go under description box, all the name is there. And then the second product is Dior Added Lip Maximizer. So this is more like a glossy one. As I mentioned, I know the makeup, like I say, natural, but I mentioned the same idea as the blush. If you want to look natural, you know, a little color is make a big difference. If you think that you just wear everything muted, your face gonna look very flat. So little color are always great. It's just on how you can apply them. You know, if you don't need to use a lip line at all, but I'm gonna show you how I normally do for a natural lip liner. So I would do a little bit of the lip liner, because you need to define the shape of the lip. You know, no one want the lip look thin. So even you have full lip, if you don't define them a little bit, you won't see the shape, where to start, where to end. So the lip liner gonna help a little bit. So you see that I just use a little bit lip liner. So instead, just leave the lip liner like that. This one is for the eyeshadow blending brush. So I use that and just blend the edges out. So it doesn't look like a lip liner anymore. It's still gonna look very natural, but your lip shape a little more defined. And I think this is a great way to someone who want the lip look very natural. See that, just a little bit, define the shape, and then you should put a little bit the lip lumber in here. This is more a hydrating lip gloss. It does have that plumping effect, and it gives you a high shine finish. And you see even the color very bright on the tube, but you see what I'm gonna do is shade out when you blend it out. So her lips now look natural and juicy, and you know, it's just beautiful. You see that when it looked like this, a lot of people would scare to buy just because of the color, but you see like how sheer it is, and it's just like a sheer lip gloss, and you need a little color to have a lot of life to the face. And I think this is like really gorgeous. I'm going to use Hourglass Cosmetic Veil Setting Spray just to set and refresh the makeup a little bit at the end. So this way, everything merged together without looking like she wear anything at all. That's the final look, guys, but I think she needs a little more blush. I'm just gonna add a little more. I think after finishing, I think like she needs a little more. Yeah. That's the final look. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you learned some tips and tricks about the skincare prep and about, you know, how to achieve this natural, effortless makeup look. Thank you, Joanne, so much for coming to the channel. I hope you enjoy. She mentioned this is the most makeup she wears since she got married, but you can see that it's still very natural, and the way I try to apply the makeup is very simple, easy step. I didn't try to make it complicated. I think anyone can duplicate the look at home. Give the channel always a lot of love. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and don't forget to follow all of us on Instagram as well. Thank you.